What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Shout out to Tony and Venny for requesting this. I would have done it this morning, man. I didn't have time. Genuinely, had a lot of stuff going on. I got a life outside of this too, and sometimes that life gets in the way of the fun stuff. But here we are doing the fun stuff right now. Here we are, and we were doing a lot of fun stuff actually earlier. To be completely fair, that's it's actually a really good day. Very productive day too. But anyways, getting to the point here. 17th of May. Here we are at about 15.17 cents right now. 22 hours, 37 minutes left in the day. It's looking like we're rolling over a little bit. I haven't sold any of my Cookie DAO. I am a bit surprised that we've been moving down this low, but I don't think it's going to last. Our RSI right here is near a nice area to bounce. We do have lower lows in the RSI still, higher lows in the price. That is hidden bullish divergence. I suppose we have lower lows on the RSI and then higher lows in the price as long as we do have higher lows, right? Today or tomorrow could close lower, and that's okay if it does, right? It's okay if we close below this low. It's not what I expected, but unexpected things happen. From a low here to a high there, you're back below the 236. At this point in time, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, it's pretty acceptable to call for the 382. 13.85 cents might be where we go. Here at 15.17 cents now. It's a little bit late to call for selling, but and I'm definitely not selling. But that's about a 8%. Maybe you drop as much as 10%. Who knows? You could drop all the way down to your 0.5. And by the way, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we drop down to 12 cents, 10 cents, we're fine. We're still fine, guys. It wouldn't be ideal. It's not fun for anybody who bought up here, who bought the highs. Not fun for anybody who bought here and had a little taste of gains and now it's getting given back. We just got to wait, man. Be patient. In a matter of no time at all, guys, no matter what we do, no matter how low we go, we are going to see prices that are likely up at a minimum as high as like 35 cents, if not as much as about 45 or 50 cents. I do believe that this is kind of the next target destination area that we're going to go to, right? It's just not right now. Right now we're consolidating. Right now we're doing what they call shaking out. We're shaking out the weak hands. And you know that it's the weak hands because the strong hands, the ones that have a lot of cookie, that have the volume behind it to back it up, they're not selling. There ain't no selling here going on. No, there's no volume. Volume is dying off, in fact, as we've been moving down. We look at this on a 4-hour basis. It's just non-existent. Barely, it's continual. It's tenacious, but it's really non-existent, especially as we've been dropping here. So I don't expect this weekend to provide any kind of insights to an accurate direction, right? If we move down over the weekend, what I'm saying here is that's not valid to the idea that we're going to go lower here. If we move down over the weekend, it's likely going to be a buying opportunity, and over the next week we will begin to grow going into not just the end of next week but into the end of the month. I suspect that Cookie DAO will be at prices that are likely above 35 cents, and here we are at 15.1 cents now. So Cookie, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, is at a perfect area to buy. I really do think that it is. Nice robust move here. If we take a low from April 9th there to the high, 196%. Most coins have not performed like this. Most coins have not seen that amount of a pump in this amount of time. Most coins, even now, are not even up 115%, right? The average coin, let's just see what they're doing. Hold on. I might have to sneeze here. Whew, I really want to, but I might not. The average coin right now from a low of April 7th to the current price is up 45%. So Cookie being here up 115%, bro, you could drop so much. You could go all the way back down to 10 cents and you're still performing on par with the average coin. An immaculate support psychologically and prior resistance there. It would be fine to find support there. I don't think that we go down there. Being at 15 cents now, I do accept the idea that we could go down to about 13 cents or 12 cents even, but we might not. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame and the shorter term time frames and see if we can derive some kind of directional heading from this. So looking at the 1 hour, we do have some bullish divergence, higher lows here with the lower lows there. That is nice to see. It's not too crazy, but that would be a good enough kind of indication that we would see higher prices, probably something at about like 16.2 cents or higher if we were to recover from here. That is assuming that this is bullish divergence. If it's not, and we continue to close lower, well, then we're probably going to see a nice red day today. And today, Saturday, might be the day that we actually find our low of this overall endeavor here, if not Sunday. I would think that over the coming days, we do find a little bit of red. Looking at this greater pattern on the 1 hour time frame here, we've got this lower lows coming in, higher lows coming, or higher highs coming in, lower highs coming in here, sorry. And I will say, the fact that we reached here but we didn't touch this upper trend line and we pulled back, that normally is indicative that you're about to break out to the downside. Even though it's sloping to the downside, you can still break out of these patterns to the downside. So don't be scared if we do. With these descending wedges, falling wedge patterns, it's very common to actually break out and fake out and then rip to the other side. It actually is very common to do that. So look for that there. We might get a little taste below these lows here. I'm sure there are a lot of people who have stop losses that are in this area or just below this area. We'll test that, stop hunt these people, get them out. It'll be a quick, scary dip, and then we'll rip right back up. And before you have time to think, we're going to be moving up higher in a very short amount of time, okay? Cookie DAO, still one of my biggest bags, still one of my favorite plays. I have a lot of hope for it. I have a lot of belief in it, man. I only want to buy more. This kind of price action, you know, over the past like few days, I've been considering selling some, and I wish I did. I could have sold some at 18 cents. I could have sold some at 20 cents. Here we are at 15 cents. I'm not going to sell now. The time to sell would have been here. If you sell here, you're playing for small potatoes in the wake of some kind of big, massive move that we're having, right? What you're playing with is fire. Because if you sell here, what if you're wrong? What if I'm wrong? What if it doesn't move down and from the time that I post this video, it's nothing but glorious upside. Wouldn't you rather make money while you're wrong instead of losing out on the opportunity while you're wrong? It's okay. It's okay to be right and still lose money for a little bit, right? This little move is not what you should be concerned with. If you hear me say that prices could go below 14 cents and that makes you freak out, that's not what you should be freaking out about. You should be freaking out about the fact that we're going to go to 35 cents at a minimum or more by the end of this month, and we're only at 15 cents now, right? We've got less than half a month left. You've got less than half a month left, and you can see price that's at 35 cents at a minimum, potentially 50 cents, somewhere in that area by the end of the month. You're at 15 cents now. You hear what I'm saying, right? Don't worry about this below 14 cent maybe, below 13 cents maybe. Don't worry about that, because what's definitely going to happen is higher prices. Man, I don't know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Spring is in the air, you guys, and I don't handle spring too well, but you know, I'd rather be sneezy and a little bit sniffly than what normally, man, whenever spring hits, I'm like so congested that I can't even breathe through my nose. So I'll take this. But man, it is a little sniffly. Man, if I was on the cruise again and I didn't have a video, didn't have the camera here, every time I did these little sniffles, people made the wrong assumptions, you guys. Anyways, looking at this here, a lack of volume overall on the move up, lack of volume on the move down. We're just consolidating. That's all we're doing. It really wouldn't surprise me if we see a lower low than this. It would be very short-lived and we're just back. We're probably just going to reside in this area. It's going to be more of like a horizontal channel than anything. Yes, we're in this relative falling wedge right now, but I think greater to that, we're in this kind of horizontal channel that we're not really going to break out of. Horizontal channels you can wick out of, but you generally don't break out of. Well, until you're breaking out and seeing your move. I just don't think we're going to break out to the downside, right? So anyways, where we're going to go. The moment we've all been waiting for. Where are we going to go? And could we be in a inverse head and shoulders pattern? I don't think we are. I don't think this is an inverse head and shoulders. I mean, maybe it's a slanted one. Maybe it's slanted. You know, if it were slanted, then we would likely go down probably below 12 cents if it were slanted. We'll see. It could be. I doubt it. The volume profiles are wrong. I doubt it. But it kind of looks like a bullish configuration, right? You got that nice V-shaped bottom. Anyways, when we are moving higher, if I can get it, the minimum expected target by the end of June, early July, by the end of this endeavor, right? This next phase up in the crypto markets, the next alt season run, whatever. The minimum move is expected to be about an 11x. The maximum endeavor would be something on the lines of a 25, 26x. And likely you don't stop here. Likely you don't stop here. Somewhere in between is what's to be expected. I think 250 sounds about right. $2.40, somewhere in that area. Something on the lines of like a 16 to a 17x, 18x from here. I could see that happening by the end of June. There will be moments along the way, just like this, where we consolidate and we move lower even, right? But the expectation is probably coming up to the end of the month like this, by the end of May, so this is like the beginning of June, we will see another phase up, another leg up of this move here. We consolidate, we'll move up. Maybe we don't go as high as 63 cents. We stop at like 50 cents to 40 cents, somewhere in this zone here. We'll consolidate again in the beginning of June, and then end of June comes along and we're making our run, guys. We're going to make it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get more productive. You're going to think, how can we get here in such a short amount of time? You're going to be surprised with how quick it happens. And we've done it before, right? We've seen some crazy growth in a very short amount of time. You know, here from January 1st until January 2nd, you moved up 288%. Imagine it's the end of May and we're at about 40 cents. I'm going to put this over at 40 cents, getting through the chicken scratch here. End of May, and we move up in 2 days like we did there. That'd put us all the way at $1.65, and we still have the whole rest of June to move through to get to these higher targets. So I very much do expect that we will see prices at least at $1.65, if not probably around 240 to 250 by the end of June, early July, at the most 390. Being here at 15.2 cents now, we're looking down at about 13 cents, I think, if I'm not mistaken, as an area for support. 13.8. Right there. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we went right there, found support, and then came up. It'd be just a slightly lower low, shake people out, scare them, make them think we're going to the, I don't know, to the depths. And maybe we do. Even if we do, it's going to get eaten back up just as fast as it happens. But I doubt that we do. 13.8 cents is where we're going to go. I think it's going to happen over the weekend. We'll see how it goes. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I do expect a volatile weekend or a volatile like few days ahead for Cookie. When it moves down, when it moves up, it does like to be volatile. This is one of those more tradable coins. So, you know, traders out there, beware. We're probably going to go down a little bit. I'm not trading. I'm holding. I'm buying more, if anything. And that's that. You know, if I had any kind of recommendation, that would be my recommendation. But none of this is financial advice. Do what you want. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. And again, shout out to Tony and Venny for the request. All right. Bye-bye.